All right, I think we are live, ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Welcome to another edition of Lead Therapy. It's just where a bunch of lonely gun people come to chat and hang out, and I don't know. That's all I got. That's all I got. So let's see who's in the chat. See who's in the chat. We got Flying Rich. What? Flying Rich for the win. What's up, buddy? Mr. Mike McClune, my man. Dude, it's always good to see you, Mike. Fluffy, Mr. Randy Adams. Nice. It's good to see you in here, Randy. Texan 65. What's up, buddy? All right. And then we got a few people joining. I see the numbers starting to climb up, and that's awesome. I really appreciate all of you guys tuning into this live stream. I have a really cool guest today. I don't want to build his ego up a whole lot, but he's a pretty cool guy. I don't want to say that out loud, but he's a pretty cool guy. I had a chance to hang out and shoot with him at in Arizona in Sweat. It was unbelievably hot. And yeah, anyway, I'm just having flashbacks. I'm having heat stroke over here. But without further ado, the one, the only, John Fahrner with TrueShot Gun Club.
What's up?
What is going on, man? Hey, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me. We love doing this and getting on here with you guys.
Try and zoom in. You see, try and get rid of my third chin here. I'm playing with my lighting here. But yeah, man, like I said, it was great I met you at SHOT Show and then again at the Gundies. And then you didn't go to NRA, did you?
No, I was at NRA. You came over to the house.
Oh, what an idiot.
You were over the house at NRA.
See, I mentally blocked it out because I had such a horrible night.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, right. That's right. That's what you did. No, so, I think we met at, maybe it was IV-88 before that?
Briefly,
yeah.
Yeah. So in case, yeah, that's right. You had the house party. We went over there, and TrueShot rented a house in the absolute ghetto of Houston. And so we went over there, had a great time. I had a few brews, had some really good food. Mr. Big Kid was cooking. And that's the night I got hit by the drunk driver and wrecked my Honda. And that was a long night. We ended up getting home at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we when we found out, we were like, oh, snap.
Well, thank God I was sober, though. I was 100% sober.
Yeah, everybody was sober by the time they left. And, when Steve cooks, that's just a whole nother level of deliciousness.
Oh yeah.
That man can cook. I don't want to stroke his ego because I know he said he was going to hop in, but we'll stroke his ego a little bit. He knows how to cook.
Yeah, right. We got Scott in the chat. Randy's back in the chat. And oh, look, here he is, the one and only Mr. Big Kid, John Von TrueShot. I don't know. That must be a inside joke, folks.
I have no idea where he came up with that. I think he's just making stuff up again.
Yeah. Oh, DLD After Dark's in here. What's up, buddy? Nice. They put me in a 90-degree room.
Well, that was the plan. His wife told us to do that.
Yeah. Trying to. Well, he's still doing that Birkham yoga. So, but hey, real quick, I've been noticing the price of ammo starting to come down quite a bit across the board on your side. It hasn't really reflected on the retailers, but I know some manufacturers that are not struggling, but they're slowing down a little bit. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing on our side too. I mean, the big thing that is, I guess you could say, is helping is the Russian ban is kind of helping drive those prices down because a lot of stuff is coming in from Turkey and other countries in I wouldn't say the Middle East, but that Eastern European area, right. Which is all NATO spec stuff. It's good stuff, and that's really where it drives down. And the big thing with us driving that prices down is we buy by the container load. And by that, I mean, we get 2, 3, 4 containers a week. You were there in the warehouse. You saw last week that main aisle that we walked down that was filled with 9mm. And before that, that's the big consistent thing with us. We always are packed with 9mm, and we're seeing the prices drop. Just like any market, it fluctuates. So right now the market's fluctuating. People are buying more ammo. when they can. So the prices are going down. So we're seeing, 9 mil. We just ran DRZ for a really, really good price, almost pre-pandemic pricing.
Nice. Well, what I really liked about the whole business model you guys had, you said everything is bought and paid for. You're not leasing any equipment. You own a lot of that stuff. So you will survive. Like, say ammo tanks tomorrow, you guys can go a while before it
Right.
really starts to get worrisome. So,
Well, that's the big thing, and that's what we're hearing from a lot of people. There's a lot of players, restructuring or redoing their thing where we're sitting good. We're happy where we're at. We'll continue to get product and continue to keep those prices to where they're low and affordable. And that we just like bringing that affordability to our customer base.
nice, nice. And as far as like the Russian ban stuff, now they were telling me that it was going to be inundated with ammo, and then around January, February of 2023, that's when it's going to start drying up. Because right now there's kind of a surplus because so many people shipped as much as they could right away.
So
Is that
here's what we're saying.
all right?
All right. So the Russian ammo ban really took place, and we were supposed to see it until 2023. The last container load from Russia that was supposed to be here, the last ship, was empty at port. When it arrived here, it was empty.
Oh,
So
cool
there was
story.
no more Russian ammo. And the reason why is, there's a number of things going on, as everybody knows. There's a conflict over there. So Russia is very concerned. We don't know when it got seized, if it was Russians that seized it, if it was the U.S. Customs that seized it. It was empty. We were told no more. So that was back in April, I want to say. Steve made a video on it, since his name's still up there on the screen. We put out a notice just saying, hey, this is what we know. This is what we've heard. There's no more. And the big thing is that the Russian government does not want to send ammo here just to be shipped back over to be used against them. And then the other big thing is that from what else we've heard, and I haven't gotten an update lately from Kyle, the last thing we heard is that anything Russian head stamped is not going to be allowed in the country. So
Yeah.
if it's Russian steel, if it's Tula steel, but it's manufactured in Bulgaria, it's still not allowed in the country.
Yeah. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Well, I went as soon as I heard that, because I do logistics, and I saw that's what I do. I've been doing it almost 25 years. Oh, Jesus, man, I'm old. But
You're dating yourself now.
so I've done international logistics for forever. And as soon as that stuff broke out, I'm like, all right, here's their chance. They're gonna nut up on the ammo. And I do a lot with Two-Way Warehouse out here because they're local to me. And rumblings. As soon as I heard those rumblings, I just started ordering and ordering and ordering. And so far, I mean, I don't have enough. You'll never have enough ammo to feel comfortable, but I'm pretty okay. I mean, god dang, I could use a couple cases of 6.2 by 3.9 and 223 steel. But I'm just saying.
223 steel, probably not. 7.62 by 39 steel is now coming in from Global Ordnance from Bulgaria under the Arsenal brand. So it's
Nice.
Arsenal ammo. So it's good, really good stuff.
Yeah, I usually don't shoot 223 steel, but hopefully one day I'm going to get that Kalashnikov. I think it's the 103 5.56 AK that's supposed to come out any year. I don't know, maybe 2025. The way they take their stuff out, but as soon as I get my hands on that 223 AK, I'm gonna just go bananas with it. I can't wait to get it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. So you guys did a video on the XD slide replacement a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And that was a great video. And I'm kicking myself because I had no idea that product was out there. And I had 2 old XDs from like 10 years ago. And the fact that I could have just changed that slide out is really upsetting. Because I got rid of those guns at not a loss, but I didn't make any money on those deals.
No, and with the older XDs, and I think Springfield really listened to their customer base when it came to that, is that a lot of guys bought XDs as their first gun, and they're just sitting in safes, just kind of, I wouldn't say rotting away because they're not really rot, but they're just sitting there. They're kind of just, because like you said, you're not going to get your money back out of it. There's a lot of them. So why let it sit there. If you really like it, now I can bring it back into a modern gun. I have an optics cut. I have, the price point's just right. So it's, I think this the slide
It
by
was like
itself,
$200, right? 210, 215,
289 just for the slide without the optic. So then
189. That's not bad.
yeah, so by the time you're all said and done, you're looking at like $300, 400 bucks, and you got a brand new gun. And for those who shoot 40, now I've got a way to convert my XD into 40, which was not something really heard of. Now I can convert my XD 40 to 9 and shoot a real man's caliber.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just giving those 40 guys.
Uh-oh, Mr. Big Kid, John, need 9mm badly. I'll be placing an order with you soon. So I'm wondering, how does Steve get his Monster and energy drink fix when he just can't come raid your fridge?
I don't know.
How does he do it? Is he actually having to buy his own energy drinks now?
He's got to buy his own. Well, he was buying them from us. He's. I love Steve, but he was buying it. But yeah, he'd come in and raid our fridge and then leave, and then I'd give him ammo, and I miss him. I will. He called me when he called me today. I told him I missed him again. It's sad to see him go. We were. It was funny because Sean Heron over at We Like Shooting would call us the AZ crew because we would all shoot together. Steve, Mike Mills, Tactical Toolbox, Jonathan, all of us would go out and shoot together, and everyone get jealous because we were all shooting.
That's a solid group. That is a really solid group.
Oh yeah.
And now, if I was a distributor and I had a gun manufacturer, I would send one of you guys a really good gun because I know everyone's going to want to make content with that one gun. You could save a lot of money.
Well, that's what we were doing, and then Steve wanted his own gun, so we just let him do his thing. No, I'm just glad. No, but that's a nice part with the way our community is down here. There's a lot of shooters in Arizona. Yes, it's hot. I mean, it was only my thermometer right now says 106. I think it got to 112 today, so which is normal. But yeah, it's a great community. I mean, we had Steve here, but Mike Mills is always great to hang out with and talk with. He's very knowledgeable. Jonathan's just a monster when it comes to YouTube, so I pick his brain all the time. After Action AZ, Mike Borden, he is a great photographer, great friend of ours who does amazing work when it comes to photography and videography. There's RTT Guns and Gear reviews down in Tucson. You got Kill Flash Photography out here. Jordan's a great guy. You name it. There's a lot. Downrange Photography. You name a lot. There's a lot of guys out here, and we hang out a lot with everybody, almost everybody.
Yeah. No more, Mr. Big Kid.
Stop. You're pulling on my heartstrings.
No, so speaking of energy drinks, I just found this stuff the other day. I quit all my energy drinks probably 5-6 days ago, and it was sucking bad. I mean, sucking. I'm walking around the store and I see this caffeine water. Bro, did you know they have caffeinated water? Like, this is one cup of coffee worth of caffeine in here. So I drink like 3 bottles of this in the morning. I'm good to go.
So I was drinking 2 to 3 Monsters a day. I'm down to like 1, and I normally drink those Monster Rehabs in the morning. Just get hydrated, then drink a lot of water.
Dude, I had to cut it out, man. I had to cut it out. It was killing me. God knows what my insides look like. So everyone in the chat, let's see. We got Jesus, Nutty, and of course Randy Adams. Love this guy. Really good channel supporter. I got really good subscribers, and they're pretty much like just part of the family. Tactical Toolbox is cool. He is, man. The way he upsells in his videos, you can't even. He's a master salesman. Love that guy. I love how he does it. And let's see, Scott Medcalf, Gort. All right. Now, if you guys have questions, ammo-related questions, if you just want to know what his birth sign is, whatever, put them in the chat, and I'll ask them. So you're not native Arizona, right?
No, I am from Ohio.
Ohio. So you went from cold-ass winters to, pretty much sucking heat.
Yeah, I'm originally from Cleveland. I moved down to Akron for school, which is 45 minutes south, so still snow belt, like lots of snow. Met my wife. We moved to Columbus. That's where I really started pushing in the industry. And then I moved down to Cincinnati, worked for Faxon for a little bit. And then I was like, I'm done with snow. Let's go. So Kurt Staubach, who is our director of marketing, used to be the director of marketing over at Faxon. He called me one day. He goes, "I got a job out here. You want to go do some cool guy stuff?" I'm like, "I'm in. Love you, Kurt. Let's go." And we moved 2,000 miles across the country.
Kurt is a trip. I got to hang out and have some pretty deep discussions about how he's a brandy snob. And what video were you guys doing? The suppressed, the SIG 322 suppressed.
Yes.
So he says suppressed.
Oh yeah. Oh, I make fun of him for all the time. He says some Ohioisms, and I'll call him out on it.
Because I'm watching the video and he goes, "Yeah, when you suppress it." I'm like, "Suppress? Is that like a new thing?" I'm Googling it. I was like, "Is that better than a suppressor?"
It is. It's 10 times better.
No, but Kurt seems like a pretty cool guy. And so you moved out there and you've been with TrueShot like a year and a half, 2 years?
About a year now.
Oh,
so it's been a year. Actually, today is my 1 year anniversary of TrueShot.
Nice. And I noticed the YouTube channel you guys have. So in case you guys don't know, here, let me post a link in the description. Where is their YouTube channel? So your YouTube channel, you're up to 10,000 subs now.
Oh yeah.
And it's climbing. And it looks like you're the one that started that back up, because it was kind of dead for about a year and a half, 2 years. There was nothing really going on.
No. And when I got on, so before Kurt and I, there was really no marketing for TrueShot. And Kyle, the owner, who is amazing and really, welcomed us in, his family, really wanted to push that content side, because we didn't have any. And he started out the channel back when the company started about 7 years ago, did some stuff, channel kind of grew, and then it became stagnant because he got busy. He had buying ammo. Being the owner of a company and buying stuff is more important than making YouTube videos. And so when Kurt and I came on, we started making some deals and talking to companies and kind of talking about what our plan was for the future. And it really took off. I think our really first big video was the Hellcat Pro. And then from there, it kind of
that was a good video.
And we did a comparison video of the Hellcat Pro with everything. Steve was in on that one. We've had Fred Masterson from Force Options USA and Athlon Outdoors. He's a writer for them on the channel. Like I said, we're planning on doing some co-branded stuff with Mike Mills, seeing what other people we can partner up with. And it's kind of really taken off to when I'll tell you a funny story. The channel's still small, technically. It's 10,000 subs. I would consider it's a decent sized channel, but it's still small.
Hey, you're hitting close to home here. I mean, come on.
I've got big goals, super big goals. But we went out to lunch the one day, and some guy stopped me, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "You did that video on that Mossberg." I'm like, "Yeah, we did a video on Mossberg, the 940 Pro." And he's like, "I love that video, and you guys do a great job." I was like, "Wait a minute! This is people actually are watching the stuff that we do and recognize." And it was a really humbling moment to kind of, be recognized. And then Steve was there, and they said, "Oh, that's Mr. Big Kid. He's cooler." So, no, but. And it's humbling because, Kurt and I have done a really good job as a marketing department to build not only up our content, our email list. We've got one of the biggest email lists out there. So we really help and co-brand and make partnerships with a lot of companies. And we've got a really cool, big video. And I wish I could say more, dropping tomorrow. And I think this video will put us on the map a little bit. We went above and beyond, and then we're doing some other really cool content coming up. It's going to be some things that you've seen in other industries, but we're bringing it into the gun world.
Oh, nice. Now, when you release a video, do you send it as part of your email list? I'm like, "Hey, by the way, release this video." Nice.
Yeah,
we send it out. I mean, your channel is up and coming. It's growing. The quality is there. The production value is there for sure. After Actions, has he helped you with any of your stuff?
He's helped with it. He helped with the P322 video. He helped with the Mossberg video. He did that. We pulled him in on that. He's going to help us with some of these upcoming videos later this month, and then he's helped us with some other really cool kind of behind the scenes videos that you'll see soon once all the editing is done. It's separate from the channel. It's not what we usually do, but it's a really cool way to see who TrueShot is. And I think he nailed it he hit that out of the park. I've seen this some of the edits and things like that from behind the scenes. And we've teased some behind the scenes stuff on our Instagram. And I think this will be something that a lot of people eye opening, like, oh wow, that's who they are. And we really want to show that, because ammo's not sexy. We want to show that, True Shot's somewhere where you can learn, you can go educate yourself, get a bunch of stuff. So you're going to see a ton of content and educational content from us. And we'll be dropping another video, maybe in the next 2 weeks. I got to work in the schedule. We just did a video with Carrie from We the Female about Ammo 101, which is a big thing there. And I was surprised because, you and me and a lot of people who are watching this have been in this industry or have been into guns for a long time. There's 10 million plus new gun owners.
There's a lot.
And a lot of them don't know. They might not know what, you take 9mm alone. They might not know what the difference between 9mm Luger, 9mm Parabellum, and 9x19. It's all the same stuff, but they might not. They'll go to the store and they're looking for 9mm.
Yeah, and I mean, I've ran into some. I can't tell you how many new gun owners I've run into this last year. There's quite a few. Everyone in the chat, I just posted a link to their channel. Please subscribe to their channel. It is phenomenal. They have great videos, and just like John said, they are only growing. So Joe Little with a $4.99 super chat says, been ripping the keto train, never going back to carbs. So let me tell you, when I got back from the Gundies, I was 320 pounds.
Dang.
I know. And that's pretty fat. And I started doing carnivore, and I got down to 280. And I stopped carnivore and I just ate regular, and I got to 285 over 2 months. So as long as I wasn't eating too shucksy, I'm okay. So just this last week, I quit all the monster drinks, energy drinks, and I'm back on carnivore. This is my day 6, and it's really easy and simple to follow. But man, the first couple of days is rough. We got AAF in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. What's that?
I did keto before I left for TrueShot. I was doing keto. I went from 280 down to about 230, and then I left and came back. And when I went to TrueShot, it's like, oh, I was living on my own. The wife was back in Ohio, and I was just eating everything. And I just got back. So
I get you don't leave donuts and Twinkies and shit in the house. Like my wife, she always says it's for the children. Well, she's Asian. She can eat whatever she wants. And she's still skinny. All right. Not cool, man. I don't have those genetics. So when I eat a Twinkie, it's like pulling a switch on a lowrider. It just blows up, man.
I don't know what you'd be previously, but I went from a 4-sport athlete to nothing. So I was in college just eating like I did when I was an athlete. And now it's just like, oh, I can't do that no more.
Yeah, I remember. Well, in California, I was born and raised in LA, and in LA, it's not do you work out, it's where do you work out. Everybody works out, and I was a personal trainer for a little bit too, so that means I was a hypocrite. And man, I was jacked. I was 200 pounds, jacked to the gills. And it's funny. I have a USC sweater I used to wear all the time, and I found it like a year ago, and I tried to put it on. And the sleeve used to go way out here to where my shoulder was. Now it's all droopy on me. It looks hilarious. I had to throw it out. It was embarrassing.
Well, I played AK Mario, who's out here, and a couple other guys. They did a basketball game, Collie Noir, a shot show, and I played in that. And I didn't realize how out of shape I was.
It's rough. My favorite position was left bench.
Yeah.
Right next to the water cooler. Jay Curry, thank you to the chat. TMC, what's up, buddy? If anybody has a question, please drop it in the chat. I know Mr. Big Kid has a question. All right, let's see. Oh, Randy's been subbed for a while. Randy is probably one of the most loyal subscribers you could ever have. What a great guy.
What's up, Randy? Thank you. Thank you for subbing. Appreciate that.
Joe Little again, $1.99. The standard American diet is a dumpster fire. It is, man. And let me tell you, a lot, if you ever go to Europe, a lot of those countries don't let in American food. They don't do GMOs. It's different. Like I was in Spain. I spent 2 weeks in Spain. And after the 3 days, you get tired of that crap food. Don't like it. But the Burger King I went to every day for like a week. It was so different. It was so delicious because they use real fat. It's real. It's fresh. Oh man, it's different. It's just on a different level.
Sounds so good.
Smash time. Man against the masses. Smash time. My 10-12 mile hike 6 days a week lets me eat and I eat and I eat. I wish if I had that kind of time. Dang, man. Oh, he just subbed. Nice. Nice. Toy Town Inc. Again, if you're late to the chat, I just put a link to their channel in the description. Please like, subscribe to their channel. And if you're not a subscriber of my channel, I would like it if you like to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. So did you grow up with guns in the house?
Yes. My dad was an avid hunter. Every year deer season, he taught me. And then I was just talking to Kyle about this the other day. There's a lot of things. He helped me get in, and then the as things kind of grew, and then I started in the industry about 10-ish years ago, working for a big box retailer. I left that for all of 3 months, went and sold cars, and found out that I hate the car industry with a passion.
And you were selling cars?
I was selling cars. I was
selling. It wasn't Nissan, was it?
No, it was Ford. I sold for Ford, and I was selling like 10, 12 cars a month, which is a lot in that. There's a lot of guys who sell way more, but I was selling 10, 12 cars a month, and we're still getting screamed at because I didn't sell enough. And I'm like,
yeah,
I just sold that $100,000 truck over there. Like, come on, give me something. And I realized really quick that kind of environment wasn't for me. Then I moved on to another big box retailer as a manager, went down to a range, was working there, and then went over to Faxon and worked there for a few years. And I found this industry is the industry I love. And
who was that guy at your party I was talking to from Faxon? The older gentleman.
Mark. I love Mark.
Yeah, he was really a cool guy.
He is one of the most interesting people I know, and not to go deep into his backstory, but he started doing gun stuff back in the 80s when you could get cool stuff.
Yeah.
And he was, he made a small fortune in the medical industry, and then kind of was like, so what I want to do full time is gun stuff. And he has some cool stuff. I mean, he showed me things that you would dream of. And Mark's a wealth of knowledge. I call him when I can, because they're 3 hours behind, and I always say what's up to him, or at shows. So Mark's one of those guys that if you get to meet him, if you're ever at a show, go talk to him. He will talk your ear off, and he's one of the coolest guys I've ever met.
Yeah, I was listening to him and another gentleman start talking ballistics, and then after a minute, that stuff went over my head.
Oh yeah.
All right, I don't know, but he seemed like a really nice guy. I like talking to him. Got Kurt24 in the chat.
What's up?
Man against the masses, it's my job. Are you a mailman? Because if you're hiking 10, 12 miles a day, you could be a mailman. I don't know. Let's see. Will 223 ever be less than 50 cents a round?
I can see it happening again.
It is if you shop at TrueShot.
Yeah. I think we're at like 40, 47, 45 cents right now.
Man, I miss
it's $7.49 for 20 for PMC right now.
How much is a 1,000-round box?
Oh, you're testing me. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I
miss the old days. I remember I used to order a lot from AIM Surplus, and I used to bitch when it was like $325 for 1,000. I'm like, oh my god, that's horrible.
I love those guys too. And
that was my favorite spot.
So AIM Surplus was right down the street from Faxon, and I go in there and I hang out with them in their showroom, and I knew.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that's right. They're from Ohio.
Yeah, so I like those guys, even though we compete with each other. Josh and all them over there are still great people. They get some really, really cool stuff. So I don't want to sell them more than I have to, but I do like Josh and the guys over there at AIM. Let's see. So 223 right now. I wish I knew this off the top of my head. You're testing me.
Oh, we're putting them. Well, it fluctuates so much. I mean,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The ammo market fluctuates so much that one day it could be $10 a box, the next day it could be less. So right now I got 10 P mags and 200 rounds of arms core for $199.99.
it's not bad. I love those PMAG bundles. I'm a sucker for those
We
things.
are really into 1,200 rounds of arms core is going for $555.
That's not too bad.
No,
55 grain brass.
55 grain brass. Norma tactical is going for $499, and then 1,000 rounds of PMC brass, 55 grain 223, $411.
I like PMC, man. PMC used to pack it. Remember those 200 round, real thick plastic bags they used to
Yeah,
pack?
the battle packs.
The battle packs. I
I've got
love
some
those.
battle packs in. 200 round battle packs, 95.98. And then I've got some 840 round ammo cans and bandoliers for $383.50.
Wow, that's a good deal. Oh, Mr. Big Kid has
That scares me when he has a question.
is cereal soup. No, it's
Depends on who
breakfast.
you ask. What's your definition of soup, Steve?
I think it could classify as a soup.
I mean, soup is technically meat, broth, and vegetables.
Like, are you putting meat in your cereal, Steve? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well,
That's
with
a
the
shocker.
way he makes his brisket, there's a chance he might. He said he was going to throw a brisket on tonight too.
Is
And
there
it made me,
secret sauce in your cereal, Steve? I don't know. Dustin says, what do you EDC? What do you carry?
right now P365 XL, but the video we just did on the GX4 makes me kind of want to change my mind a little bit. Or the
Yeah.
Hellcat Pro. Hellcat Pro. I've been waiting to get a Hellcat Pro for a little bit, just trying to see if I really, really want one.
I love it.
But that, or I have my backpack AR that I built that I was carrying for a long time.
That is pretty cool. That kind of kicks ass everywhere.
I made it's a 7.5-inch 5.56 with a 10-inch handguard, integral comp or linear comp that goes all the way to the edge of the handguard, and then the dead foot arms brace system that makes it even smaller. And it
Yeah,
fits.
that thing's probably so loud.
It's not bad. I took it to a class. Nobody yelled at me.
Oh,
I was
man.
that guy.
Well, I like. Oh, you forgot your other EDC.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at this
Mine's in the
ZT
car.
gang.
ZT gang gang.
I love it.
ZT.
This is my favorite knife. You know, I never thought I would pay. Wait, make sure my wife's not listening. I never thought I would pay $200 for a knife. But I think I got this one. He gave me a deal. It wasn't $200. It was $199.99. And he let me finance it. It was all today, none tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I never thought I would pay that much for a knife. And I thought I would break it. I use that thing all the time. I abuse the shit out of it. And it's still sharp, like really, really sharp.
That's the nice thing about ZTs. They're American made, and the steel and the blade is really, really good.
Yeah.
And that's
and it's a conversation starter too. Everyone is like, hey, man. And when I whip it out, they're like, oh, man, he's serious. He's a serious cat.
Well, you got that red backspacers on there. You got that stainless steel titanium. It looks good.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm glad I got that instead of the carbon fiber, although I do love carbon fiber.
I have the carbon fiber. That's why.
Yeah, see, I don't want to copy. I don't want to copy. TMC says, clearly it's not no veggies or broth. I think he's right. I don't think it's a soup because you'd have to have broth, at least some kind of broth.
Yeah, that's what makes a soup.
Milk is technically a protein.
But it's not broth.
It's not broth, yeah. All right. That's like it's funny out here in Texas if you get does beans have chili? Does chili have beans or no beans? People will fight you over that.
You're not from Ohio. Does chili have cinnamon in it?
That's disgusting because I had Cincinnati chili.
Yes.
With the spaghetti, and the guy put cinnamon in it.
Yes.
The weirdest shit ever.
And dark chocolate.
What? No, I don't know about the chocolate, but
Skyline.
So in case you guys don't know, Cincinnati chili is spaghetti with chili on top and cheese.
Yes.
And it looks gross, but it's pretty freaking good.
It's delicious. So it's dark chocolate, cinnamon, and the best one is Skyline. Skyline chili is delicious. Or you go to there's a small place in Cincinnati called Blue Ash Chili that is delicious. And they were on Diner Drive-In and Dives. It's so good.
All right. I like that show. I've probably seen it.
And then you can get it a couple ways. There's a 2-way, a 3-way, and a 4-way. That's how you order your food in Cincinnati.
Nutty says beef jerky and beer in your mouth makes it a soup. Well, yeah, technically, maybe.
I'll allow it.
I'll take that over cereal.
Yeah, all day.
Look at this. They're having a whole conversation in here. Crazy. Crazy. So let me ask you a question. You know, personally, and as a TrueShot rep, is there any company you want to work with that you just haven't had the opportunity to work with? Have you ever like seen a company and just been blown away? It's like, damn, I really want to work with them. You just haven't yet.
Oh, that's hard because there's a couple. Like, for me personally, I'd love to get my hands on some of the EAA stuff. Just because I'm a high power whore and I really like high powers and I want to try out their new high power. I was actually talking to your guest from a couple weeks ago, Honest Outlaw, about it. And I was texting back and forth with Chris about it and be like, hey, do you really like these?
He does.
So there's that. A couple other companies, you know, to think off the top of my head, I would love to work with Smith and Wesson on some stuff. So right now we work with Springfield, Mossberg, SAR USA, B&T, ARAX, Rock Island. Trying to think who else. We're working with Faxon on some stuff. So I mean, it's hard to say who. Smith and Wesson would be cool.
Smith Wesson is so big, though. I mean,
I know. I really want to try out one of their new MMPs just to see how it feels. Their new steel.
Supposed to be amazing.
So there's that. We've worked with Taurus. I'm trying to think of who else big name.
What about Ruger?
I'd like to work with Ruger. I'd like to try out their new 5.7 and see how that goes.
Yeah, they were the first company to show me any love. That's why I'm like really loyal. I want to say I'm not biased, but I'm pretty freaking biased. Like I've been a Springfield fanatic since that was the first gun I ever bought, was an XD40, just because I thought, oh, it's between a 9 and a 45. It must be the best round. I had no idea. And then when I started YouTube, Ruger was cool. Springfield's been really cool. Taurus has been cool. A lot of companies. I'm pretty loyal to those guys. But if they make a crap product, I know Keltec's never going to send me anything, or Kimber, because I destroyed those guys. Those guns are going to suck.
You know, there is a couple. I would really like to work with Beretta.
That would be cool.
Beretta and Benelli. That'd be kind of cool to kind of do that. Do some of their shotguns, to kind of do some shotgun testing with. Those guys would be cool. We just got in a Bagara, so we're starting to work with them on try that out. We're actually going up next Thursday. We're meeting up with Sean and going up to Twin Falls, Idaho, to take a class with Fred Masterson, a long range bolt gun class. So
you're taking a bolt gun class?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to go out to, I think he said 1,400 yards.
That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
That is crazy. So I'm starting a few bolt gun projects on the channel starting in about 2 weeks. So I have 2, and they're going to be pretty fun. But it's more of like a layman's kind of a content. It's not nothing too fancy. It won't nothing past 1,000 yards. Even though the guy I'm talking to shoots at like 2 miles, which is mind blowing to me.
Well, we've got in a Bagara and a Springfield, and we're going to do a comparison. We're going to do individual reviews, but we're going to do a comparison at that class and shoot them against each other and see, which one we would go with. I think I know which one's going to win because it's the one I'm using. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, I think it's going to be a fun class.
Oh, nice. Oh, Gort says he met Bob and Barry Faxon at AIM Surplus Open House.
Love Barry Faxon. Great guy.
That would be so cool
Bob,
to go to Aim Surplus. I spent hours on their website dreaming about buying all these because they get a lot of cool stuff in.
that's where I got my Colt from. I got my Colt Detective Special from them back then.
Didn't we shoot that
No, I shot that with Steve.
in the desert? What gun did you bring out in the desert? It was an older. It was
Oh, I brought out my high power.
the high power. Yeah, that thing was pretty sweet.
I brought out the high power and I brought out my West German 226.
Yeah, let's see in the chat. Joe Moore says Zastava is bringing it right now. The quality is off the hook for. You know what's funny? You talked a little earlier about being recognized. So at SHOT Show, nobody recognized me at all, except one guy working in the Zastava booth. He goes, "Hey, you're that ammo guy from Texas." I'm like, "Hey, thank you." I was like, "Yeah, I got recognized. That's crazy." But here, if you go into an academy, I always run into cool people at academy, and then like eating around town. I'm really easy to find. Like if I ever had a stalker, like literally just wait at certain donut shops, I'm gonna show up.
Well, I think you have one. He's in the chat somewhere. I think he may have left.
Maybe. I don't know.
That kid, that kid makes it's kind of a stalker. That's what I heard. No, I would love to actually work with Zastava. It's funny that the guy I mentioned. I really want to try out one of their CZ99s.
Yeah.
Or the 9. It looks like a 226. I'm like, I gotta try it because I've got a 226. I've got an AREX. I've got to have the last one to complete it and see which one's actually the best out of the three. What's up, Clay?
Clyco 47. Man, now that dude can go on and on for hours about AKs. And I was kind of into AKs, and I had one conversation with Clay, and I'm AK fanatic. Like he is the biggest representative of that culture you will ever meet in your life. He'll get you so excited about this.
I'll see Clay in October. I'll see you in October.
Oh, are you coming to Kalash Bash?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Camping out?
No, we've got I gotta book a hotel, but
you just need to go get a tent.
Kurt and I have a wedding about an hour north that Saturday, so we're gonna hang out during the day, and then we're gonna run up to Maria she used to work at QC10. We're gonna go to her wedding.
All right. I'm just saying, like, I'm probably not going to stay. I'm going to buy the camping pass so I can stay late and get some footage and eat and hang out. But I don't think my wife wants to go. Like, she watched a live with Clay and she got sold, and she's not even into this kind of stuff. She goes, "A rave party? Okay. Alcohol? Okay, let's go." I'm like, whoa, slow your roll. So we're going to probably grab a hotel near, because it's about an hour and a half from my house. So we'll probably just grab a quick hotel around the area, but I can't wait. Joe Morris, Cincy Chili blows. Oh,
that's rude.
That's fighting words, Joe.
It's a low blow.
Oh, man. Actually, I thought it was really weird, but I used to work with this guy, Mike, and he brought it into the office one day. And now, do you put onions on yours?
Oh, I put onions, cheese. If it's on a coney, it gets mustard with it.
Right. Delicious. It looks weird, but I loved it. I thought it was great. I ate quite a bit of that. It was pretty good. Oh, look, TMC's talking smack about my peanut butter and mayo sandwiches. Whatever. Have you ever tried it?
No, that's just raw.
No. Think of it logically. Do you like peanut butter by itself?
Yes.
Do you put Miracle Whip or mayonnaise on your sandwiches?
No.
You don't put that on anything?
No, I don't put Miracle Whip on anything.
What do you put on a hamburger?
Ketchup, mustard, onion.
You don't put mayo?
Oh, no, I'm not a big mayo fan.
Oh, man.
You want to hear a weird combination? I'll tell you a weird combination. I don't know why it's good, but chips and salsa and honey roasted peanuts at the same time.
I can see that.
It's delicious.
I can see that. But anybody in the chat, if you've ever, because I grew up not poor, but we were fucking poor. So my dad would make peanut butter and mayo sandwiches because it's really inexpensive. And man, I can eat it every single day. with Ruffles, some salty Ruffle chips. It is hands down my favorite food. If
My
I
dad
wasn't doing the
used
no carb thing, I'd eat it all the time.
my dad would get 2 pounds of chip chop ham and throw ketchup, mustard, relish on it into a pot and cook it. And it was delicious.
Did he put like lima beans in with it?
No, just ketchup, mustard, relish into a pot and just make it. I keep asking him for the recipe. He goes, "Oh, there's no recipe. You just do it."
So why don't you do it?
Because I don't know what the recipe. I don't know what the combinations are.
How much could you screw that up?
I mean, it's pretty easy.
Dude, meat is expensive right now to be messing around.
Yeah.
Like, we bought some steaks the other day, and I was scared to grill them because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to fuck them up.
Girl, yeah. Oh, I know.
Nutty said he made some tenderloin chili. Before that, it was the bomb 2-alarm chili kit. Look at these guys. We got some straight chefs in here.
We're going straight for the good stuff.
Swamp Dog Armory, what's up, man? What's up? You're going to IV-88, right?
Me? Yeah.
Oh,
We got a house out there. We're staying with. It's going to be us, the We Like Shooting crew. So it's going to be Sean, Jeremy. Oh, now he's going to make fun of me because I can't remember his name. Angel's going to be there. Mike After Action AZ is going to stay with us. Same with Mike Mills, and then we're going to try to get the Black Diamond guys to hang out with us because Steve's not coming. Thanks, Steve.
Zing, man! I'm trying to get to all these chats, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just going. It's pretty quick. I didn't know he was so popular. Yeah, right. Yes. I'm probably spending all my money on TrueShot while I'm on site. Maybe. So, are you guys selling stuff at Clash Bash?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out how to do it, but what we're doing, we're actually taking pre-orders for everybody who's going to be at the event. They're going to pre-order. We're going to drop ship all that ammo out there, and then we're going to load up our truck and drive it out.
Hey.
So we got a big box truck.
I want to get in on that. I can't wait. Some of the prizes they were talking about, like they did an IG post today where he's holding an AK, then he pulls out like a PK, I don't know what it is, RPK, but or a 50 cal. It was a 50 cal bolt gun, and that's their giveaway.
Oh yeah, well I'm shooting the match. Kurt and I are going to shoot the match.
Are you really?
Yeah, AK Mario is letting us borrow 2 of his guns.
Are you going to do GoPros?
We're going to film it somehow.
GoPros, man, right here.
Kurt's going to follow me with the camera probably, or I'll follow him. But yeah, we're going to shoot the match and have some fun this time. And then this is going to be our training grounds for Red October as well.
Oh man, that is going to be pretty cool. Red October is where?
Henderson, Nevada, just south of Vegas.
And that's another AK event?
Yeah, that's put on by Rifle Dynamics.
Okay, I'm still learning all these guys. Peanut butter on pancakes and cover with syrup. Stick the roof of your mouth good. I'll try it. Shit.
You know what you need to try? Peanut butter and jalapeno jelly on a burger.
I've had it. Not on a burger. No, I put it on these really badass crackers.
You gotta put it on a burger.
I'll try it. I'll try anything once. But I'm trying not to eat carbs. So look, my jawbone is almost back. Look at that. You can almost see it. My third chin is getting a little bit smaller. Making progress, man.
There you go. Proud of you.
Making progress. It's good to see Swamp Dog Armory back in here. He was dealing with some crazy BS. Nice. So we talked about what companies you want to work with. What about influencers / YouTubers / anybody you kind of want to work with? Anybody that when you see their content that you're not affiliated with now, do you see anybody's content that just blows you away? You're like, man, that's pretty good.
The one guy that we don't work with
besides me.
Well, I work with you all the time. I love you and Steve and all. So it's funny because Kurt and I are friends with personal friends with a lot of the guys. So we already work with, John Patton over at the Gun Collective, Sean Heron and them. We work with Chris over at Honest Outlaw. Um, work with Steve, Mike Mills, Tactical Toolbox. All the people who go to IV88, we know most of them in person are friends now. The one guy who's local that just our timing hasn't really worked out to kind of sit down and chat would be admin. Admin would be cool to work with and just hang out with in person. I know he's really good friends with Mike Mills, but
Admin?
yeah, administrative results.
Administrative results. That sounds very familiar. Now I gotta Google it. Hold on, folks.
Him, we work with 2-Day EDU up in Michigan.
Oh yeah, 2A. That dude is so funny.
It's awesome. Carolina. Oh, was it Carolina Gun Reviews?
EDC?
I think no. We work with Carolina EDC a little bit. There's another guy. Now I can't remember his name. He's originally from the West Coast too, and he was out there. And I've talked to him. It's funny because I make friends with these guys, and sometimes I don't hear from them for a while, and I'll reach out and see how they are, or I'll shoot them a text every once in a while, and it's just sometimes you don't hear back from them for a while because they're busy. So the other guy who's really funny, who we worked with a lot, is Drop It Like It's Scott. That dude is he's hilarious.
From Florida.
Yes,
I like him quite a bit. I met him randomly at SHOT Show, and I told him I was kind of rude. I felt like a jerk after, but I told him his thumbnails kind of suck. And they did kind of suck because his content is there. His content is really good.
I think you're right. If he just upped his thumbnail a little bit, I think he'd
his content's great. Like when he's in front of the camera, he has a great personality. He came on my live too. He's really a great guy, but his thumbnails were just kind of. It doesn't do his content justice.
The guys we know, like everybody, we talk to Mike Pluth. Everybody talks to Mike Pluth. He's also a monster in this game. So Mike Pluth, Mr. Guns and Gear, for those of you who don't know.
Oh yeah.
You talk like Kyle from Gear Know How, great guy. Yeah. The Gun Snob, all those guys, and I've gone to enough shows and met these guys enough. Like, Trey over at Ghost. Trey's a good dude. Did not know he's a really avid golfer until like a year ago.
Wait, it's not disc golf or regular golf?
No, regular golf. He works at a golf course. He's the groundskeeper. He's head groundskeeper and a teacher at a golf course.
I love golf. Do you play golf?
I try.
See, I just buy the drinks. I'm in sales. I just buy the drinks and keep pace of play. So if I hit my ball off, I don't even look for it. I'm like, look, let's get another beer and go to the next hole. As long as it keeps going,
But no, I think admin would be top of my list. I don't think there's really many other.
Now that I look at his channel, I've seen some of his stuff. Yeah. Do you know who I really want to get on the live? I think is phenomenal.
Who's that?
He always wears a mask. He does some AK stuff. Come on, you can guess.
Oh, Jaegers?
No. Everyone in the chat, who wears a mask and is funny as shit? Someone's got to get it. Come on. Nobody knows? Come on.
It's a Clay.
Okay. No, it's not Clay. He's really short. He was at Gundy's. You probably.
I know who you're talking. I can't remember his name.
Come on.
I can't remember his name now.
He always wears a mask. PSR. Yeah, print, shoot, repeat. That guy. Yeah. His channel went from nothing last year, and now it's the funniest thing. Like every one of his videos is funnier and funnier and funnier. And I think he does it all on his own. And like now he wears an old man mask and he talks to himself like he's a young man. It's funny. God damn, that guy. Like if I did drugs, I'd probably want to do some with him or get drunk. Like I think it would be fun to just hang out with that guy. He is so funny on his channel. He's so funny.
The guy who I hung out with, who I didn't think I would get his personality is really big, but super nice, really down to earth dude. Is Black Rambo. Black Rambo's a really nice guy.
Yeah, you know what? That's I don't know. I don't want to say it's an act, but he does play it up for the camera. But man, I met him at Shot, and he treated me like
Oh, he treats everybody like they're just as good as him. I played basketball. We played on the same team at Shot, and then I played basketball with him again at NRA, and him and Plinkster. I played with Plinkster, and we were walking the show floor at NRA. I didn't think anything of it, and he stopped me, and I'm like, "Oh, so you pay attention, so it's cool." It's a lot of these guys are really cool. The other guy who I met that his persona is very big, but he's a very down there is Vaughn, the man spot. Vaughn is a
yeah,
very nice guy. I really enjoyed my conversation with him.
yeah. There are some really cool personalities. Like when I first started doing YouTube, someone had told me like most YouTubers are jerks, this and that, and I was like, really? Because I didn't know. I haven't met one yet. Honestly, since I started, I haven't met like a schmo. I'm sure I will, but for me, like man, everyone I've met has been really cool. Like
No, that's a thing. Our community is very tight knit, especially between when you go from behind the counter to in industry, like deep in the industry. A lot of the people are really tight knit. We really know
yeah,
everybody. Um, and then there's some of the new guys who come up who really don't understand that, and they'll do something and not understand like because because you've said some things about Caltech, but if you say something bad and they're friends with somebody else, they're gonna get a phone call, and then you'll get a phone call if you're friends with them. So everybody, the thing is like everybody knows each other. It's a small circle, and we all kind of talk and have hey, this guy's really good to work with. This guy here, you want, or they'll add people. Like there's people who I didn't know of, like Jeremy, what the kicks. I didn't know him until my friend Emily introduced me, and because we're such a small knit community, it was great.
yeah.
He's a funny guy too.
Here's a shout out TN Tactical.
What's
Hey
up?
John, thanks for sponsoring our channel with so much ammo. Much appreciated.
He did a really funny. You got to watch his video. He did a really funny video on some ammo testing for us.
I got gel blocks sitting here, and I don't know, like I don't have a chronograph or any of that stuff, so I got some really funny dumb shit I planned. Because, like, look, I'll tell everybody, I'm not an expert. I'm a layman. I'm learning the gun. Just like with the AK, I never had an AK before, so I'm learning the guns as I go along with everybody in the audience because I'm not an expert. I can't tell you the lineage of all the Glocks. I still don't understand how they're numbered. Glock 42, blah blah blah. So for me, I have 4 gel blocks sitting here that I don't know how I got them. And I don't know what to do with them. I'm clueless, man. I've had them for like 6 months.
I sent him a bunch of weird ammo and some regular stuff, but really weird defensive ammo. And he did an amazing job at testing it. And it was entertaining. He came out in a lab coat and everything. It was just if he's still on here, thanks. I really did like that video. I know I sent you an email about it, but you did a great job on that. I want to let everybody know. Go sub him too. And Smash Time. Make sure you sub Smash Time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I put TrueShot's link in the channel. Please sub to their channel. They're 10,600 subscribers, and the content is there. They just need that one video, but their content is there. They're solid. Gort says Such was a lot nicer than I expected. You know what's funny is I met him at IV88. I went up, introduced myself, then he came over and sat down, and we had lunch together, and I just kind of picked his brain. And I don't know why I do it, but I always say like the most asshole thing to people when I first meet them. Like with Honest Outlaw, the first thing I was like, so are you really shooting that steel at 100 yards or are you just editing that stuff? Because God dang, he's a good shot. And then with Such, it was like, how come your videos start with you shooting, but I don't ever see the target? And he's like, do you really think? I was like, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. And then he came over and sat down and we chopped it up for like a half hour. That I forgot to ask him to come on the channel, and he walked away. I was like, son of a gun.
Oh man, who was the funny one? Oh, so my first NRA show with Faxon, that it was my first real introduction to all these guys, and Sean told me to go up to Johnny V and ask him if it was Jonathan from Tactical Toolbox. And I got Johnny B got mad, and he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Well, Sean told me," and Sean's like, "No, I didn't." So that's how Sean and I became friends. That's
Johnny B's on fire right now. He just
oh
did his second video where it's just like a sit and chat, and I like it. I like the spicy Friday and the Monday, but the last two he did, like the last one he did, I could relate to. It was about him coming home. All of a sudden, there was a radio on in his house, and he didn't turn it on, so he doesn't know how that happened. And I remember one day I came home from the gun range. All my guns were shot, unloaded in the bag, and I walk in, my back door is wide open. And I'm like, holy shit. My son had left it open the whole day. And I freaked out because I knew every gun I owned was in, well, not owned, but every gun I had was in the bag, unloaded. Two of them were in pieces, and the door is wide open. So I freaked out. So now I never make that mistake. It sobers you up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone in the gun industry has been really cool. Almost impossible, but Herrera would be super cool to have on here too. I've reached out to him, but man, that guy's pulled in so many directions.
He's super busy. I've talked to him a handful of times. Super nice guy. Really, really nice to talk to. And the one day I texted him and I was like, "Hey, Brandon, what are you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm hanging out with Demo and uh, Kentucky Ballistics." I'm like, "Well, I'm hanging out with Mr. Big Kid and Tactical Considerations. You want to meet up?" Like I was like, he won up me. He wins, even though those guys are cool. Yeah,
I met him at the Gundies. I was gonna try and get him at the SHOT Show, but he looked completely wore out. He came walking out on Thursday, and he just looked like he had his effort face on. I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna bother him. I was like, I'll catch you later, Brandon. And then the Gundies, I finally got to meet him. Clayco introduced me.
Yeah.
So Clay, thank you again if you're in the chat still, buddy. That was cool because he's another guy I really like his content because it's very funny. I like his delivery a lot.
So it's really funny, and probably everybody in the chat, everybody wants to go to SHOT Show until they go to SHOT Show.
I had a great time.
I had 70 meetings.
Oh, well, nobody knows me, so that's easy. Some guy from the Zastava booth. That was my important meeting.
But yeah, but where a lot of business gets done. And you start walking around and then you go all hang out at the Circle Bar, and that's where everybody, you get more business done there too. And it's great. SHOT Show's fun to go to as this is so my
networking event.
Yeah. It was fun to go to as a networking event. This was my first year kind of networking, going out and talking to companies. As a dealer, it is long, and it is, or not as a dealer, as a vendor, as an actual vendor, it is long and takes, it takes a toll on you, really.
I was having so much fun. It was the best. I had the best time, but unfortunately, Ruger and Springfield didn't go. So I was like, those are the only two companies I really know. So for me, it was just, I do international logistics and I do these big conferences all the time. So I just worked it like I would work a conference. If they're talking business, slide in a card, reach out to them later. And then, they don't want to talk to a bunch of influencers, man. They want to do business. They want to talk to their customers, their customer base. They don't want to talk to a bunch of guys asking for free shit all the time.
We'll talk later about that. I've got funny stories for you about SHOT Show.
When you go to SHOT Shows, you have all these guys with like 3 subscribers trying to get free stuff. I'm like, come on, man. I was telling my wife too. It's like, I'm barely 2 years into it. I got 16,000 subs in about 5-6 years. I still got like 3 more years I got to put in before I can start saying,
Was this your first show or second?
First.
So you didn't have to feel. So normally at SHOT Show, there's these rolly carts that a lot of the older guys will grab.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So this year there were no rolly carts because a lot of the guys didn't show up. I had one guy run over my foot and I kicked the cart, like out of instinct, just was like, what the heck? And he ran away. And Kurt just patted me on the back. He said, good job. You did it.
I heard, what was that one guy? I don't remember who told me. He would go to the strip in Vegas and get all the nudie cards.
Yeah.
And then he'd walk around the carts and he'd throw them in all the carts. So when they're emptying it out at home, their wives are like, hey, what is all this in your car?
No,
Was that you? That sounds like something you would do.
I would never do that. You know, my wife's like in the next room. So no, I would never.
Clayco says SHOT Show last year was one of the funnest weeks of my life. I know.
I talked to everybody in the industry, and I'm guessing, Clay, you've been to multiple. This is probably this is the best SHOT Show that a lot of people have been to, because there was a lot less looky-loo. There was a lot less looky-loos and more of conversations and business happening, and it was really great to be at the show. I had this more fun than I've had in a while.
Gort says SHOT Show back in the day was incredible. I met Mikhail Kalashnikov at one in Dallas in the 90s before they locked down Vegas permanently. Wow. Man, I hope you got a picture of that, because that dude, absolute legend. Clayco, you guys need to come shoot machine guns in the desert with us next year at night. Yeah, I'm still a nobody, man. Wait till I'm a big kid. I've been drinking milk. I'm learning. I'll get the invite one day to sit at the big kids table.
Clay, only if Mario's coming with his RPK.
Oh man, I want to.
Clay knows who Mario is, so yeah, only if Mario's coming with his RPK. Mario is one of the best, if not the best, American AK builders. I'm going to put that out there on record, that Mario is one of the best American AK builders.
Oh yeah, Clay's mentioned that name a few times. This TMC goes, Herrera trolling the NRA and anti-gunners with FPC signatures was hilarious. That was one of the best videos I've ever seen. Did you see that where he's across the street? Because you take off a gun shirt and put on a tie-dye, Brandon looks like a hippie. So he totally got away with it, man. They were like, yeah, man, let's sign this. That was gold. That was comedy gold. Randy says, smash, a fun live would be Clayco, Robski, and 47 Ops and you. Man, that'd be cool. Having 4 people on one live does get a little weird. People start talking. 3 is good. 3 is a good number. This year's SHOT Show was awesome. It was my first show. I got to hang out with you guys, Steve. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. My wife went with me. She had a great time. We drank a little bit too much one night and had to leave early. It was all right. Good times, man.
It was always good times.
All right. So we talked about companies. We talked about influencers. So is there a gun on your holy grail list?
Ooh.
Since you're balls deep in the industry.
Yeah.
Do you have a gun that's like, man, you will stop anything and go shoot? Do you have a list of like your top 3 guns that you just wish you could shoot?
I marked a lot off the list this year, actually. So one of them was a Browning, a BAR. I got to shoot that at IV88.
That's cool.
Next one was a Vector. I got to shoot that at Gundy's.
The Chris Vector
full auto.
Yeah.
Got to shoot the MP7 at IV88, so that was on the list. The ones that I haven't shot that I want to shoot an M60.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Everybody wants to shoot a minigun. Minigun's on the list.
Oh yeah.
What else? We're supposed to go shoot a 40 Mike at some point here soon. So that one should be fun. Holy goodness, there's so many. There's a couple that I really want to get that I've gotten my hands on, but I haven't shot it yet. One was a Minurin revolver. The ones that Brett are bringing in. I got to put my hands on a Korth that actually hasn't gotten to shoot it. It's hard because there's a lot of them I got to actually cross off the list this year. It was funny. There's that. I would say those would be the kind of the top 2 minigun, M60. Probably it's hard because you go to these range days and you get cross a bunch of guns off your list real quick.
Yeah. IV-88 is phenomenal for that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, P90. Full auto P90 is top of my list because I grew up in the 90s watching Stargate. And that's one of the guns I've always wanted.
look, Teal, I mean, that was my nerd show. See, I grew up and I was a closet Trekkie, closet, Battlestar Galactica. Because if my friends knew I watched that, they would beat the shit out of me. Like I had to, like if it Wednesday night and Star Trek Voyager was on, I'm like, sorry, man, I'm not feeling too good. I'm gonna stay home. You guys go out and do whatever you're gonna do. I'm in there watching Janeway mess up with some Klingons, fight the Borg. I'm like, yeah, go. 7 of 9, showing that ass, and I'm just having a great time. But I can never tell people that. But
No,
Stargate was a good show.
Stargate was a good. So, growing up, we didn't have cable at all. So we had rabbit ears and 6 channels, and Stargate was always on. What is now the CW, which was like WB network back in the day. So, MG42 is top of the list too.
I got to shoot one this year
That's one that
at Radical Firearms.
I was supposed to go shoot and didn't get a chance to.
I shot a suppressed one. They make their own suppressors there, and he goes, "You want to shoot at MG42?" I'm like, "Duh!" Like that's the dumbest question. So much fun.
There's like to shoot. So P90 is up there, and then like a lot of the guns from World War II. Like I've got to shoot a Garand, I got to shoot the BAR. I want to shoot a grease gun just to try it out. I've shot a Thompson.
I got to shoot a grease gun. It was
That's
cool.
one that I will kind of want to do. Like anything kind of old military full autos that you can't really get replicas of. I kind of want to shoot.
It was crazy. I was doing a live one time. My very first lives I did on this channel. And I mentioned a couple guns I wanted to shoot. I was like, man, I've always wanted to shoot like a German Luger, this and that. And I got an email from a subscriber, and he goes, hey, man, I know you shoot at Trinity Armory. Meet me there on Saturday. I'm like, cool. So we show up, and he pulls out like a 1942 with matching magazines because that gun, a German Luger with all the markings. It was a police issue with matching magazines. And he goes, when this gun was issued to the police in Germany, it came with 2 magazines that had matching serial numbers to the pistol. I'm like, get out of town. So he had it, and it looked brand new. There wasn't a scratch on it. And I'm holding this gun shaking because I go, how much does this cost? And he goes, it's about 15 grand. I was like, oh shit, that's an expensive gun. And he let me shoot it.
That's dope.
Man, that was a piece of history right there. That was amazing.
I shot a Luger at IV-88, but before that, it was Stoger. It was so funny because somebody brought it in, and I'm like, "You're full of." When I worked at the range, I was like, "There's no way this thing really exists." Stoger used to make a mini Luger in 32 ACP, and they were importing them.
Never seen it.
It's a baby Luger. It's like this big Luger, but it shoots 32.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I got to shoot that.
It looks just like a Luger.
It looks like a Luger, but it's in 32 auto.
What a crazy action that gun has.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And then the ranger I used to work with, the guys from TAC Pack used to come in, and one of them had a Sten. And he let me shoot a Sten. That was fun.
That'd be cool. I've always wanted to shoot a Tommy gun.
That was fun. I shot both the stick and the drum mag.
I want to shoot the drum mag. Like, that would be pretty sweet. I remember growing up, my neighbor across the street he was a longshoreman. And he said, hey, man, why don't you come check this out in my garage? I'm like, all right, cool. And he go in his garage, and longshoreman has tons of money, lives in the hood. So he has a garage full of like baseball memorabilia, all this crazy stuff that falls off containers. I mean, he had a lot of cool stuff. He pulls out this suitcase and opens it up, and it's a Tommy gun in a suitcase, full auto. And he goes, man, is this cool? You want to touch it? I'm like, no, you should probably get rid of that before you go to jail because you're in California, you moron. He goes, oh, I can't sell it? I'm like, no, no, those days are done, son. That's 5 to 10 right there. You need to get rid of it.
So I was working at a big box retailer, and this lady comes. We used to buy guns. And this lady came in with this crate. She's like, I found this in my attic. I don't know, like it was my grandfather's. It was in the attic of the house I grew up in. She drops down. We're looking at, and there's a cut down BAR in there. And we're like, yeah, we can't take this. And she's like, well, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, we don't know what to do with it either.
Like the barrel was just cut off?
Yeah, it was a whippet. They cut it down. They cut it down right to the gas, the end of the gas tube or port, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember what the actual technical term is on a BAR. They cut it down in the front and they cut the stock down in the back so you could whip it around. They call it a whippet gun.
You can't, man. You should have got it and then just you should have taken it apart for and then just bought it for pennies on the dollar.
I didn't even know how to take it apart. Because the manager, the other manager, and I looked at each other and we're like, "Yeah, we don't know what to do with this."
That's dangerous.
I could tell you funny behind the gun counter stories from weird things that people would come in with or people would say and do.
Yeah, Texas. When I die, my wife's gonna bury me with all my Star Trek stuff. Look, man, I'm a comic book fanatic. I love Star Wars, Star Trek. I like old Star Wars, not the new crap.
I'm a patch whore, if you can't tell.
Yeah, man. Hey, do you get patches made for TrueShot? Where do you go?
I'll send it to you. I gotta ask Kurt.
Okay, because I need to make some patches. I want to make some patches pretty quick for.
Well, I was just gonna tell you, I don't have a Smash Time patch.
I don't have one. That's the thing.
Know.
So look, someone's gonna take this idea. I know what I'm gonna tell you. So at SHOT Show next year, you know the patch walls.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get like a giant 10 like huge patch, and I'm just gonna cover the whole one section of the wall with the Smash Time patch. Gosh. It's gonna be like a $50 patch. I think that'd be hilarious.
There was a dude who would walk around, and I don't think he did. He wasn't there this year. There was a guy who walked around SHOT Show with a patch poncho.
Oh man, that'd be kind of sweet. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Toxic Patch Co. You know what? Who runs that? He's in the chat sometimes.
I've heard of him.
He's been in the chat. I think
well, the other guy you
called Shooting Gallery New England is real tight with him.
Call Jake over at Patriot.
I don't know him.
Jake Challen over at Patriot Patch Company. Good dude.
Patriot Patch Company. Yeah, I want to get some patches made pretty quick. I just put an order in for more hats. Because I had this live, and I gave away a bunch of hats in the live. When I looked, I only had one hat. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I need to go buy some more hats. So I owe like 7 people hats. So I'm so sorry. I'm the worst procrastinator. I'll get you hats, and I'll throw in some coupons or something. I feel bad. So what's next for TrueShot? What do you see 2023 looking like as far as ammo? Now, do you think so? 7.62 right now is climbing up in price a little bit.
Right.
So what do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be like $600-700, 1,000 rounds by January?
Maybe. It all depends on how much Global Ordnance gets that arsenal stuff in here. If they can get enough, and the Bulgarian and that whole region, we start getting production out there, there's a chance that it can fluctuate. We're going to see prices go up on it a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be that much, but the big thing is, like I told you when you were here, is ammo's a commodity. It's pounds of lead and brass, so it's hard to say what it's going to be in the next year, because just this year we still 9mm went from $400 a case down to like $269. So it's really hard to say. It's all about how the market fluctuates, what's going on in the news, what people say in the government. It's really hard to say what that's going to sit at and what next year's going to look like. Now, our goals, we have hefty goals. We were actually, I think, top 1,500 on the Inc. 5000 list this year. So that's shows that's growth as a company, overall growth from year to year. So we were somewhere up there on the Inc. 5000 list. So our goal is to get higher up on that list next year, get a little bit more growth. Channel goals. I have a hefty channel goal because I want that silver play button very bad.
So well, you know what Mr. B says, don't worry about subscribers. Don't worry about any of the bullshit. Just make the best videos you can make, and everything will fall into place.
You'll see that soon. The content, the quality of content took a major leap from our first video up until now. you're going to see it take another leap here soon. We're really working hard on getting new equipment, getting the right stuff, bringing in the right editor. We hired a girl who was actually in our shipping department. Uh, Showed like she really liked editing, and she does a great job. She's been editing our last 6 or 7 videos, so
Yeah.
that's what she's
She's doing a
really
great job.
yeah. And I love the work she's doing. She's really kind of helping us out when it comes to that, because Kurt and I are there making, we're making deals, we're calling people, making industry partnerships, calling people like I'm calling like people like you, influencers and media people, and it's a lot of work where now we can kind of sit back, film one day, she can edit the rest of the week. We go out to the range one day a week. Um, so the goals are hefty. We really want to go. There's a chance we're waiting on the state of Tennessee, but you should see a TrueShot Nashville pop up here, hopefully early next year.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Oh, man.
I should.
I'm dying for 10 mil out here. You know what's funny? I did a spreadsheet and make sure my wife can see this. So I've spent this year $7,000 on ammo. And that's just well, I'm just doing YouTube. Like
We got to order from TrueShot and get that Azon rewards program with free shipping. I have to do a plug somehow.
what is the Azon rewards program?
So Azon rewards program, it's like Amazon Prime for ammo. So we're doing free shipping. It's $99 a year, unlimited free shipping. There's a $1,500 limit per order because we can't ship a pallet of ammo to your house for free. It'll cost way too much.
Yeah.
But it's 1,500 or it's $99 a year. If you go to I'll get you a code. If you use his code, once I get it to him, it's $20 off, and that helps his channel. It helps support his channel at the end of the day. So that'll be $79 a year, unlimited free shipping, and then that auto renews. We do exclusive deals through there. So we'll do like last 2 weeks ago, we did DRZ was $269 for everybody else. It was $259 for A Zone members.
It adds up.
I wish we could do really good exclusive pricing. A Zone members get deals first on things. When we send stuff out, they normally get hit first with those. Can't do a lot of exclusive pricing right there because the margins just aren't there yet. But as soon as the margins get better, I can make more deals. But yeah, it's a lot of people don't realize that ammo we're basically making anywhere between 10 and 15%. So it's not a big markup.
No, it's not. And it's funny you mentioned about growing your channel earlier, and I was watching YouTube today about this guy was talking to another influencer, and he goes, "All I had to do to go from 10,000 to 1,000,000 subscribers was 10 times my content. I had to 10x it." And he goes, "Well, I got my team together, and after we built our studio, and we were able to 10x it." And I'm sitting there going, "That's great advice if you have a studio." Or if you're if you're not an influencer, but if you do YouTube part-time, I can maybe 2x it. It's really tough. Basically, it's a volume game, man. Honestly, I think it's a volume game. Your content is there, John. It's there. Your reviews are already there.
We're gonna be getting about 2, so we're gonna double it here soon, because we're gonna do what we do now with our ammo is because not everybody wants to watch a full ammo review. That's 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
We do a 30 to 45-second spotlight going, "Hey, this is what we do. This was our experience. If you want to see a full ammo review, let us know, because that way we know what lists," because that's a lot of testing when it comes to a full ammo review. You're talking velocity testing, you're talking gel testing, you're talking that. So we're going to be going to 2 videos a week here soon. So it's going to be ammo video probably Tuesday. Gun videos are going to stay on Friday, and then pretty soon you're going to see 3 videos a week from us, and we're really going to start pumping it up. Because
well, you heard the news, right? As far as the YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, shorts.
So when you used to do shorts up until a week ago, if someone liked a short, they wouldn't recommend your long content to that same person. It wouldn't be recommended. So last week they changed it in the algorithm. So now if someone watches a short, they'll recommend all your long content to that same person. That just went into effect like a week ago. So now viewing YouTube Shorts is really kind of the thing to do now that they fixed it.
Yeah.
Because before it was kind of a waste of time, because it's not that they weren't watching your long form content. It was the fact that it just wasn't being recommended to them. So if they liked you and subscribed to you on a short, they would only be recommended other shorts, not your long content. So I'm going to start doing shorts as much as I can now. I think that's the key right there.
Steve built his channel, a lot of his channel on shorts, and it really showed. It really paid dividends for him, and that's what I've been doing. I'll do this week. I haven't, but normally Monday shorts, Tuesday ammo review, and then Friday's gun review, and then you'll probably see another series coming from us here soon, and I'm going to be changing it up. So it'll probably be Monday ammo review, Tuesday short, and then Wednesday you'll see some sort of monthly topic that we're going to do, and it's going to be
drill into.
Let's just say it's going to bring two really coinciding communities together to be something.
Oh, would it be knife content?
Where we will be doing knife content. That's already up on. It's on our YouTube page, but it's not live yet. So that's already done. It's on our website. All the reviews on the knives will do that. But this is something. It's two kind of big industries meeting into one, which will be really, really cool. And once it gets done right, if we do this right, you're gonna see like, hey, this and this makes sense.
Yeah, let's see. I did one. You know, the problem with shorts is when you first drop a short, they push it for about an hour and then they just kills it. So like the first hour, you'll get tons of views on it and then it just dies.
My last 3 shorts hit 5,000 views in 1 hour.
Yeah, how are they right now?
I haven't posted one this week, so that one kind of, I think they hovered around 4,000 views. It's like,
oh, we were just talking about you, Scott.
Yeah, there he is. What's up, buddy?
There she is. What's up, man? Scott's a good dude, man. I'm glad he fixed his thumbnails. Just kidding, bro. Just kidding, bro. If you guys aren't a subscriber to Drop It Like It's Scott, he's got one of the catchiest names on YouTube. And I think he should do a whole song. My wife said he should kind of strip and dance to it, but whatever.
I mean, I'd pay for it.
I'd pay for it. I give him I'll buy that for $1. Nice.
I don't think I'd spend $1. I'd throw a convict bar at him.
Yeah, so my problem with the YouTube is I have all these great ideas and I don't have the ability to put it down. I always said like the Star Wars analogy. Like if George Lucas had today's technology when he made Star Wars, those movies would probably been the most amazing movies. They're already amazing as they were. But I have all this stuff. I would kill to have a solid cameraman like Mike in the corner. Like I have all these great ideas. I can't put them on goddamn film because I just don't have the ability.
Here's the thing. When it comes to YouTube, and a lot of people will go, YouTube looks like it. Everybody wants to do YouTube. Everybody. Once you put the time and effort into it, like what you don't realize is that for every hour of footage, you're probably getting 10 minutes.
Less.
Right. It's not much. So you could be filming for, like, we take range days. We start at 6 a.m. and we boogie out of the range spot at noon. And that's because it's 110 and you're sweating and you're physically drained by the time you're done. And so we start at 6, and at noon, all that footage goes to one video. That's 6 hours of footage of cutting B-roll, and a lot of it ends up on gone. We don't use it because we've got so much of it, or the angle didn't work out, or the camera didn't focus just right at the right point.
Right. And I was watching another Mr. Beast interview, and he goes, people fall in love with their video and they don't want to cut anything out. And they leave a lot of stuff in there that shouldn't be in there. Like the video I'm working on right now, like I cut out, like I went all the way across town twice to a certain location just to film a 45-second clip. The first time the audio died, it sucked. So I had to redo the whole thing, go all the way across town to a certain place, do it all over again. And I ended up cutting most of that out. So I was there for 3 hours and used just for 45 seconds, just because I really wanted that stupid, cheesy intro in my video.
Well, not only that, but it's like we go out, so it's 6 hours of range footage, and then we just did a video where we went out and we shot a gun months ago, went back out to redo it because we're like, oh, we've got the B-roll footage already done. Let's just get a refresher. And then B-roll footage was all lost. So that's now I got to scramble, redo our whole calendar so I can fit it back in somewhere. Like it's a lot of work to do YouTube. And then you're looking at, making sure you got the perfect SEO, making sure that everything's right, that you've got, the right keywords, that you're hitting the right thing. You could make a killer video and knock it out of the park, but if you don't have everything just right,
I really try hard on my thumbnails. Like I got some pretty good ones coming up where I'm like, fudge, did I do that? Really? I got one, the Radical Firearms thumbnail, I think is going to be hilarious. I love that one. I can't wait to drop it. I just got to spend the next 5 hours editing that video down. So you know what, Clayco? He does all his editing on his freaking phone.
I mean,
stud.
I heard he's got some skills.
Yeah, look at this guy on his phone, man. I can't believe it. Oh man. Well, hey, John, I don't want to keep you too late. I appreciate you coming on. Everyone in the chat, I'm going to put a link to his channel. Please like, subscribe, comment on his channel. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like it. But yeah, man, that's it. Anything you want to tell the masses before we cut this off?
No, just make sure you go to our website, check out all the deals we got going on. They're ever changing. Sign up for A-Zone. Make sure to use Smash Times code. Once I send it to him and he tells me what he wants it to be. Miss you, Steve, because it popped up on the screen. But yeah, yes, pop up on mid thought. Yes, Scott, I'll be there. But yeah, just keep an eye on us. We're going to be doing some big things. There's a big video dropping tomorrow. Really excited for that one. There's a lot of really good things. Our month of October is packed, so you're going to see a ton of content. We're going to IV88, Kalash Bash, Red October, and then we're coming back. We've got the Arizona Firearms Festival. For those of you who are in AZ, we run that once a year. November 5th and 6th. That's going to be in our parking lot. We do a lot of great deals, and then we're actually adding a range day this year, which is going to be huge because we're going to have people come out. We're going to shoot a competition, and we're going to donate a ton of money to GOA. So that's going to be supporting them and their causes, as well as we're going to have a ton of companies out there where you can test fire guns. We're limiting that to 1,000 tickets. And then just, check us out. We'll be also at CanCon. So if anybody wants to swing by and say hi, we'll be walking around.
Nice. Man, that's awesome. Well, keep up the good work, man. It is going to be your year. I think you can go from 10 to 25 before the end of the year pretty easy. I think you just need that one video, man.
This next one, I'm telling you, it's going to be something special.
The one dropping tomorrow or the one dropping soon?
The one dropping tomorrow and then the one dropping at the end of the month. There's going to be two something special videos that, especially with who we partnered up with on this one. And it's going to be really cool, because especially there's a big surprise at the end of that video that people are going to blow their mind.
What?
It's 4K, just 4K worth of stuff. Just watch through the whole video all the way to the end.
All right, I'm sold. I'm going to be there tomorrow. Are you dropping it in the morning?
I'm waiting to hear from Kurt. As soon as it'll probably
be. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to TrueShot Gun Club. Thank you, John, so much for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much in the chat for coming on. Please like, subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. I always would greatly appreciate it. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys. Till next time.